Growing up, my journey with literacy wasn't just about learning to read and write, but it was about finding meaning, discovering new worlds, and understanding myself better. At home, books weren't really a big deal. My parents didn't sit around reading novels, and bedtime stories weren't a tradition. But that didn't mean I wasn't surrounded by stories. My grandmother used to tell me the most amazing tales passed down through generations. She didn't read from a book, she just spoke with so much emotion and detail that it felt like the story was happening right in front of me. That was my first real experience with literacy, not through reading, but through listening and imagination. Then came school. That is where literacy became something more structured. We had to read, we had to write, we had to analyze texts. I remember struggling at first, especially with book reports. Reading felt more like a chore. But then something changed. One book changed everything for me. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. It wasn't assigned by a teacher. I picked it up because a friend said it was good. And for the first time, I got lost in the book. I wasn't just reading words, I was inside the story. And that's when I realized that literacy wasn't just about decoding words on a page. It was about connection. It was about feeling something. Then, of course, came the internet, and that completely shifted how I saw literacy. Suddenly, reading wasn't just about books. It was about scrolling through forums, reading blogs, watching videos, even engaging in online discussions. I was learning new things constantly, sometimes without even realizing it. And writing books took on new forms too. It wasn't just essays for school anymore, it was texting, commenting, journaling. Literacy became part of everyday life in ways I hadn't thought of before. And then university. This is a whole different level of literacy. Research papers, long academic readings, analyzing texts. At first it was overwhelming, but I started to realize something. All those years of reading different things, from fantasy novels to online articles, had actually prepared me for this. Literacy wasn't just about school, there was a skill that helped me navigate the world, and that's why I started appreciating it more. Looking back, I see that literacy is everywhere. It's not just about reading books or writing essays. It's about how we communicate, how we learn, how we tell stories. It's constantly changing, evolving, adapting to new technologies and new ways of thinking. And I think that's what makes it so powerful. It's not just a skill, it's a tool that shapes the world around us. So yeah, that's my literacy journey. From childhood stories to school struggles to finding books that changed my perspective to endless worlds of digital literacy. It's been a journey, and it's still going. And who knows, maybe years from now I'll look back and see a whole new chapter in how I understand literacy. Of course, I didn't make this journey alone. My parents, even though they weren't big on books, still encouraged me to learn in their own way. My teachers played a huge role. Some of them pushed me to read more, to write better, to think deeper. And my peers, my friends, they introduced me to books, websites, and even music and other areas of literacy that expanded my perspective. Every one of them, in some way, was a sponsor to my literacy. And I thank them for it. And I thank you for watching.